So on the next page, it has completing a bank application. This one only takes 20 minutes, but it does mention as a teacher's note under the side here of what information they will need. So they'll need to make sure that they have the information to be able to complete this lesson. One thing about these lessons is that you'll notice all of these lessons have like a solid blue line. So that means that they're mainly the required lessons or the highly recommended lessons. If you scroll down a little bit more, you'll probably see a lesson that has striped border on it. And those are the extended activities, or if you'd like to spend a little bit more time on a certain subject, I recommend utilizing these extended activities. But they are optional, they're not required. One option or one required or one activity that I recommend is for this lesson, I think is on page, see, page 49. It's 49. Yes, okay. One extended activity I recommend is page 49 in the financial literacy section. And this talks about direct deposit. The reason being is because students get paid twice during the day. One of the first paycheck is actually printed out by the CFO and given to them to take to the bank. And the second one is actually direct deposited. So the CFO will click a little button that says direct deposit on my payrolls, on my employees' payrolls into their bank account. One thing that's really important that they need to know is they still need to write this deposit into their check registers. Okay, so let's go back now to the home page here. We're going to go to the community economy section. There's just a couple things I want to point out in this lesson. Okay, so community economy goes over, it talks about the economy, free enterprise, goods and services, and it also talks about working in a service or sales store. We even have a manufacturing company. We even, and this section kind of helps them understand the difference. If you go to page 65 I think it's an extended activity. Let's go down here, 65. So yes, it is an extended activity. So we have a business called United Way, which is a nonprofit organization, and it kind of talks a little bit about philanthropy. This is one extended activity I recommend doing because the students are given the opportunity to choose if they would like to donate their time or money into United Way. Okay, let's go back now to work and career readiness section. You can just turn the page if you're using a hard copy book. Okay, so work and career readiness has a number of different things. It gives them a little bit of what they can get, what they may be interested in. It talks about behaviors in the workplace, soft skills, problem solving. It even has a job application and learning how to apply for a job. And this I feel is really important to the students. So on page 29, I believe it's page 29. Oops, I went too far. 31 online, but 29 in your hard copy book is the BizTown job application. So this BizTown job application, they'll fill out their information. They also have the choice of choosing between 3 different jobs. What is their first choice? What is their second choice? What is their third choice? But teachers, you ultimately get the decision of what the students' jobs will be for the day. And you're probably wondering what jobs are available. So in your teacher guide, you're going to be getting a supplemental teacher guide. I'm going to show you that to you here in a minute. And also your supplemental materials include your teacher guide. It also includes your Biz Prep booklets and also your Biz Briefs. And those Biz Briefs will have all of these jobs available and what that are in each of our businesses here in the city. And it kind of gives them an idea of what they may be interested in, and they can fill those options out using that form. I will show it to you right now. Okay, so this is the Biz Brief, and this is the some of the sponsors we have here in the city. ARUP only has one job. They're a medical technologist, and they're actually ran by Merit Medical in our business. So they're kind of like an umbrella to the business a little bit. So these are mainly just the sponsors and the jobs that are available. So I recommend giving them, it's a twofold flyer, and you can give this to them along with their job application for them to fill out along with it. Okay, so we are going to the business management section of your teacher manual. Well, this section talks about mainly how to run a business, business costs, setting up their personal checking account, and the sample cost sheet on page 9 is really important. But it's 11 online, or yeah. So page 9 in your book, 9 online, or 11 online. And this mainly walks them through how much it costs to start a business, because they're going to be getting a loan for this amount. And they're going to have to figure out their salaries that they're going to have to pay, also the operating costs, what businesses or they're going to have to, or bills they're going to have to pay, and so forth. So really important. Also on page 31, it talks about setting prices. Setting prices is really vital, especially here in JA City when you have multiple retail stores. If you price something too high, they won't be able to afford it, especially when they only get $7.84 a paycheck. You'll want to definitely base their prices. You don't necessarily have to price anything, but it's just important to talk about price setting and so forth. Okay, so if you scroll down or turn to page 54, 56, this is preparing for their visit. This is one of the #1 questions I receive from teachers is how much are taxes? What do I need to take out for taxes? What do they get paid? This section will solve a lot of those questions, or answer a lot of those questions. And this is mainly preparing for their visit. It talks about their gross salary, their net salary. If you scroll down, it talks about their 2% payroll tax and how to fill out a deposit ticket. This is really important because they do need to have this deposit ticket filled out ahead of time. If you refer to the check it out sheet that is in your teacher guide, your supplemental teacher insert guide, that will also list how to fill it out. It's on the check it out sheet. If you scroll down to page 57 and 58, I think also there's their answer key for you, as I mentioned. If you look at the, if you see the citizen guide up here, the shaded 60 or the page 64 here in their citizen guide, and it's shaded box. This is what the students are looking at in their manuals. And this is a great reference. So you know what the students are looking at, but also if you go to the next page, it automatically gives you the teacher answer key. So really kind of easy and understandable, hopefully. Okay, teachers, here is your insert, supplemental insert guide that I mentioned that you will be receiving by email. And you can print this out. You can just save it on your computer, but it will be emailed to you. And I recommend referring to this pretty often. If you've received this in the past, it is old information and you'll need to throw it all out. So if this is, if you've received anything that has red on the top, you'll know to throw it out. This is so if you know you have a new one, if you have an orange label or orange headings here. So this is updated every year because sometimes we have new jobs, we have new information, we have new sponsors. That is all updated on here each year. So make sure you keep it updated. So this is for this, mainly for this year, but you'll be getting it by email. And this has everything you need. So if you're looking in your manual, you'll probably notice you have some empty tabs. Like you'll have a visit information, a volunteer tab, a jobs tab. All that information will be supplemental in here. And you're welcome to print it out, stick it in those folders, but just make sure you throw it away at the end of the year. So your information includes like your it has your own checklist and timeline that we've provided for on-site and preparation. It has a check it out poster that I briefly mentioned just a couple minutes ago of how the students should complete their checkbooks prior to their visit. It has an on-site visit interview overview of mainly like what like how many minutes, like it talks about opening town meeting is only, or opening orientation is only 10 minutes. Your opening town or your preparation time in the businesses is 40 minutes, things like that. So it's a really great overview for you to know what's going on in the city, especially if you are brand new to the program. It also has a sample schedule and map. So what the students are looking at. Each student has 2 different breaks. Actually, let me just scroll down that too, so you can have a visual of it. Talks about the learn.ja.org website. Here's your checklist. Here's your what to bring to JA City. There's a check it out sheet, how the students should fill out their checkbooks. And this is really important for you to know because that I want to point out because one needs to have their deposit ticket filled out. One thing to know is we do not have any cash in the city. So they'll only be depositing their checkbook or their paycheck straight into their checking account. There's an option for savings. We highly recommend still saving money, no more than $150 per individual. So this is, we encourage them to keep track of their money on their registers. It'll have their deposit, and notice that there's a bonus option. Now bonuses are only given by the teacher, and I will show you how to enter in that bonus information. So, but I don't recommend more than $2 per student, and we also limit the teachers to only $30 per classroom. So please remember, you only have $30 that you can use bonus money to distribute between your students in your classroom. Savings is also entered into the registers as well. If a way that you want to, an option you can give bonus money is, I have some teachers who give bonus money if they decide to put money into savings. Also, if they finish their Biz Brief packet in time, that they get an additional, their team gets an additional 50 cents per, per student and so forth. So it's a great reference for you on how to utilize this. There's also gives you an idea of who's giving opening town speeches, who's giving closing town speeches, the break rotations. So here's the break rotations and schedule of the day. Orientation, staff meeting, opening town meeting. This is when the students will be on lunch or shopping, but we've broken it out so we don't have to shut down the entire city for everyone to eat lunch. So we've broken them up into 3 different groups, red, yellow, and blue. And the students will know their break when they arrive. And here's a map of the city and also the jobs tab. So when the students want to find out their jobs, I recommend is putting them together in their teams, into their business teams, and having them complete their Biz Brief packets and give them this sheet that says, here's your jobs, here's the tasks you're going to be responsible for doing during your day here at JA City. If you scroll down to the bottom here, so it goes through every business. It has assigning student jobs. And assigning student jobs, as I mentioned, you're going to be responsible for assigning those student jobs. This is a great staffing model. Now, if you are a paired school, you'll be receiving, if you go right here to paired schools, all paired schools should have received a specific business and student job assignment staffing model at the time of material pickup. So if you've not received this, please contact me. I do resend this information 1 month prior to your visit with that 1 month reminder. It also has their account number. So if the students want to know what their account number is, refer to this assignment sheet. This is mainly just a guide for you. It also has the employment letter. So if you want to let the students know what job they're getting, how much they get paid, what business they're working for, you can give this to them. It's really kind of makes it special. So this is the volunteer tab that you want to print out. This is a letter of how to recruit volunteers, assigning volunteers, and the parent packet. So this parent packet will be, it actually says send out 4 weeks before your visit. It lets them know about what they're going to be participating in. It lets them know that they'll need to complete out a permission slip and also about when they need volunteers. Shout out for if they'd like to buy t-shirts, if you want to pre-order lunches, or even donate to JA City. One thing that's different this year, teachers, is that we require their permission slips to be filled out and returned to JA City. So please be sure to have them fill this out and return it to us. So when you come the day of your visit. So here's a permission slip. It also has, which has not been entered in here yet, the order form. And let me show you the order form really quick here. And I think it is right here. Okay, so this is going home with the parents, but I want you to know, teachers, that this is completely optional. So this gives a chance for the parents to order a t-shirt for the students, make a donation, but also order Chick-fil-A lunches. Teachers, parents, and students can order Chick-fil-A lunches if they would like, and t-shirts even. And this is completely optional, teachers. So if you do not want to offer to order Chick-fil-A lunches, let me know and I can send you a different order form that you can send out to your parents. So remember, it is optional. And they are $7 for lunches, which includes chicken nuggets, 8-count nuggets, or a sandwich, and then a chips and cookie, and then a chips and cookie. Okay, but the drink is purchased with their JA City money from Maverick. So that's another question I get. Okay, so this is the volunteer packet. So once you've assigned the volunteers, because every business will need a volunteer, and this is a great letter that you'll be sending out to let them know that, and I'll show you the volunteer assignment form in just a minute, but this is mainly the letter saying, here's what we need you to do, arrive at 8:30 in the morning. There is going to be volunteer a training that morning at 8:30, and the students will arrive around 9:30, so it's about an hour, and they should already have their business assignment. Please do not assign the parents to their business with their own child. One thing you can let them know is that they can spend their break with them when they go on break. They can go shopping with them, go to the bank, eat lunch with them, and so forth. So they do get to spend their breaks with them, just not in their businesses. So make sure they bring a sack lunch unless you choose to order Chick-fil-A, when to arrive, and so forth. One thing you can also send them is a parent reminder one day before their visit, just making sure that they bring a lunch, that they arrive on time, what to wear, bring money for t-shirt if they haven't already pre-ordered for t-shirts, and so forth. So, and then last but not least, if you have a volunteer that has helped your school participate, you can send out this little thank you letter to them. Okay, so some of the things that we need to make sure that everything goes smoothly is making sure that the students complete their Biz Prep packets. They will be receiving these, or you should have received these when you picked up your materials or had them mailed to you. It's a booklet, comes with here's the cover sheet with what they look like. It comes with the business cost sheet. They're going to be filling out their jobs, their names here of the jobs, their salary, calculating everything, calculating their operating costs, and so forth. This is how they calculate to work towards the loan. They have their loan sheet in here. They also have advertisement for KSL and also the radio. And then last but not least, they have a pledge sheet, because every business is pledging $7 towards United Way as their nonprofit philanthropy donation. So make sure you have them complete these and return them or bring them with you the day of your visit in the white envelope that's provided to you, along with their checkbooks for each business that's provided. And on the front of the envelopes, it does list their what's needed in that envelope. Okay, so one last thing we're going to go over is volunteer assignments and also order forms. So there is a Google Doc that will be sent out to you 1 month prior to your visit. It's like a little 1 month reminder, and it's going to have a link to a Google Doc. And this is already prepared for you. I will be preparing these individually, and this is mainly just for a way for you to keep track, but also a way for us to keep track, because when the volunteers arrive, they'll be arriving really early in the morning here before you do, and we'll need to know who is assigned into what business. So please make sure that you complete this volunteer assignment form 1 week prior to your visit. You'll mainly just enter in the names of the volunteer into the the right place. Make sure you only assign one and no more than 2 volunteers per business. If you look at the bottom here, it says volunteer assignment form tab, and then right next to it, it says JA order form tab. You want to click on that JA order form tab if you have decided to do any pre-orders. So it will have list of businesses, and you can put their name in here as well. It's a way for you to use this as your own tracking sheet. That way you don't have to create your own. It also has, if they ordered a t-shirt, and you can put the size in here. You can order more than one t-shirt. It's totally fine. Just put the sizes in there because we'll assemble them ahead of time. If they've made any donations, this is really important for us to have all this information, because throughout the day, we will be calling the student up if they donated, and we will call them up and say, hey, we'd like you to come up for balloon pop celebration. We're all going to pop the balloon at the same time. And this is how we call them up, as by their names on here. Also, if they've ordered Chick-fil-A sandwiches or nuggets, you'll want to write in how many. So if them and their parent ordered some, you can put in, 2 sandwiches or 1 sandwich, 1 nugget. Maybe they order 2 lunches, whatever it is, you can fill it in here. We will need those lunches entered in no more than 1 week prior to their, or no less than 1 week prior to your visit, because we have to order those in 1 week prior. Because it is catered, they do bring them, and we only order exact. So make sure that they do know that it cannot be ordered. Chick-fil-A lunches cannot be ordered the same day. And then it also has a little checklist of permission slip that has been turned in. It has some money management tips, and bring your money with you the day of your visit, and so forth. But make sure this is completed. Once we've sent in your order form, we will block out the Chick-fil-A lunches, so you cannot order anymore. So you'll know that it's past the due date. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me on those. So last but not least, I want to go over the online portal. So 1 month before your visit, you're also going to get on this email the link to the online portal. This is what it's going to look like. It'll automatically just send you right to it. This software allows the student information to be uploaded right to our program. So as soon as the students arrive, they'll have all their information already entered into the program. So all they have to do is print out or verify that all of the individuals are there and print out their first paychecks. But this is really saves a lot of time here at the city, so they can utilize their time doing more important things. But if you look at the top left-hand corner, it has a little, this is the page that we're on, is the Welcome to BizTown. Play that little video, let's say you kind of get an idea of what this is about. And then also, if you click on Add Student Data, this is where you'll enter in the student data. So obviously, I am not logged in because I don't have any simulations going on, but at least you kind of know what it looks like. And this is what I filled out here. So what you'll do is you click on the business, you'll click on the drop-down menu of the business, select the business they're in, select the job role. There's either going to be, they're already pre-assigned, so you just click the job role that's available there, type in their first name, last name, select the teacher, and this is the area where you will enter in any bonus money. Very important. Make sure that you have any bonus money that you've given to the students. Make sure you can put it here. This needs to be done at least, it needs to be done a week before your visit date. But no bonus money cannot be entered the day of your visit. So make sure that this is done a week in advance. Also, one thing to kind of backtrack a little bit here is on the registration. Just a reminder, make sure you register all of your teachers on that registration form, because this is where we will also need their information to be entered in. There's their teachers. So if they're not listed in on this drop-down menu, please let me know so we can get that fixed. So you can print it just to make sure that they're all there. You can save it, add this next student, so you can have all your students entered in this Chick-fil-A business, and you'll see them all listed at one time, so you can double check. So anyway, make sure that the portal information is done prior to your visit. So, okay, so last but not least, we are pretty much done here. I want to just make sure that that there's just 6 things that we need to make sure that your day is successful. And 1, make sure the students understand how to use checkbooks and depositing, and use that check it out sheet if you needed. fill out one deposit ticket in the register. Remember, no cash will be used. Enter any savings or bonuses as well in the registers. Number 2, make sure their Biz Prep packets are completed and brought in the envelope the day of your visit, along with all their checkbooks prepared. Number 3, each business needs to have a volunteer. Make sure you fill out the volunteer sheet on the Google Doc, and make sure that they know to arrive at 8:30 and plan to stay till at least 1:30. Number 4, make sure you bring their lunches unless you've pre-ordered Chick-fil-A, and to make sure you bring their any pre-order money with you for t-shirts, donations, and Chick-fil-A. Number 5, enter in all students' names into the portal 1 week prior to your visit. And you will get that sign in 1 month prior to your visit. You'll have 1 month to prepare because I have to individually create each simulation, so you cannot get those simulation links until 1 month prior. That's what keeps me up to date. And then 6, bring yourselves and have a great time. We will make sure that your day goes so smoothly, but it always goes a little bit better if the students are prepared. So we appreciate all that you do. We know that you already have a lot on your plate, and know that this is a little bit of more of an addition of time and effort spent on your time, but I promise you it'll be well worth it. Thanks again. And if you have any questions, there is my email address for if I can help you in any way. Have a fantastic day. Thank you.